Welcome back. Well, the good news as we head toward the weekend, cooler, drier air on the way. First real cool down, but it's not going to be a sharp cool front, but it's certainly going to feel much better as we head into the weekend. But that comes with still watching the tropics asterisk, and we'll talk more about that in just a bit. Here's Sally, though. Here's a 24-hour radar loop of Sally as it came plowing on in last night. Went to a Category 2 just as it was making landfall and pretty much hitting right on the Florida-Bama line and impacting much of Gulf Shores, Orange Beach, then over to Destin, all the way over to even Panama City, where they saw some very heavy rainfall and a fairly significant storm surge and wind damage as well. But finally, the system, after slowly moving at 2 miles an hour last night, beginning to pick up speed, now moving at 7 miles an hour with all that heavy rain and wind now pushing off to the north and east. And in the wake of Sally, once again, just a few sprinkles showing up on the Doppler, not a whole lot going on. We saw a few showers late yesterday, a few showers the day before late in the day. Might see that again tonight, but it's looking less likely, so rain chances staying low. Here's the rest of the tropics, and boy, is it busy. We have one system that's coming off the African coast that we think is going to develop with time. We have Tropical Storm Vicky fading. That is the good news. Hurricane Teddy, this is going to continue to stay a respectable hurricane and may threaten Bermuda right here down the road in about 5 days. Can't rule it out for New England and portions of southeastern Canada. Paulette, finally not a tropical system, but an extratropical system heading into the North Atlantic. And then, of course, we have Sally, but closer to home, we have this area of disturbed weather in the southwestern Gulf of Mexico that is garnering attention from the National Hurricane Center, giving this a 70% chance of developing by the end of the week or into the weekend. We'll talk more about this feature in just a bit, but notice it flared up earlier today, but kind of winds down now, flaring up again. So this is a persistent feature we'll have to watch. And of course, Sally, now down to a tropical storm, continues to move northeastward with its heaviest rains right now in southeastern Alabama and moving into Georgia as well. 60-mile-an-hour winds, and as we indicated, moving along at a better pace to the northeast at 7, which is still pretty slow. So it's still going to be a pretty heavy rainmaker over the next 24 to 36 hours. 5 to 10 inches of rain or more in spots as this system moves off to the northeast. So here's the Euro model showing Sally moving out to sea, but it also shows broad low pressure down here in the Gulf of Mexico. But look at all this blue across the lower 48. This is cooler, drier air, and it's reaching down to the Gulf Coast. That's why we're forecasting a nice weekend ahead. But look, this feature persists for days. We don't think it's going to move a whole lot. It could go into Mexico, could go into Texas, or it could fester in the Gulf and then move to the north. And notice Paulette in your screen here. That's showing up and heading toward, looks like Canada on this model run. But again, one model run, not an actual official forecast. But we have something out here in the Gulf of Mexico going into a week from today, 8 or 9 days out. And certainly could be not only a tropical storm, but a hurricane as well. So something that we'll have to watch. No feel for where this is going to go, but Louisiana certainly in play, as we always are with a system in the Gulf of Mexico. Tropical models trying to bring this system to the north pretty quickly for this weekend. So does the GFS, but the Euro waits another week. So watch what happens. You see the models, and then it hits another ridge of high pressure and forces this back to the west. So bottom line, we may have to deal with some tropical weather down the road, but it's not in the forecast for right now. It's a feature that we'll just have to watch as we go down the line. So for our weather, as Sally moves out, another mostly sunny day tomorrow, then a sun and cloud mix in the afternoon. Rain chances staying low, a few sporadic showers back to the west and northwest. Here comes that frontal boundary surge of cooler air with that ridge of high pressure. That gets here first thing Friday, still in the 70s Friday morning, but we'll be in the 60s by Saturday morning, and much more pleasant going into Friday afternoon. Mid-80s for a high, mostly cloudy skies, and then a little sun by late in the day, and a nice looking weekend ahead, and we deserve it. So a quiet night ahead overall, 73 the low, so feeling a little bit better, a touch less humid out there as well. Not as much of a north breeze, and the same goes for tomorrow, but another nice day overall with that sun and cloud mix. Temperatures upper 80s to near 90 for a high. So as we move down the road, I don't have watching the tropics here on the 10-day. We will see maybe a shower or two Friday, perhaps with that front, but not likely. Overall, a very dry pattern. Fall officially gets here Tuesday, and at least we'll see temperatures a little bit more representative of the time of the year, mid-80s, and then going toward the end of next week, maybe dealing with the tropics, but we'll have to wait and see. see on that. But bottom line, after tomorrow, we don't see 190-degree reading here on the 10-day forecast, and that is the good news for now. Jim?